then you have to take them to court, get another judgment, and so on. But
Okay.
it's better
Okay.
just to put pressure on them, put pressure on their legal department.
Yeah.
Right.
I think they were named in the arbitration award because they were notified and didn't show up, right?
Yeah, they were notified. They agree. They contracted with our arbitration, and they continue to recontract with every time they signed, one of these. So, but yeah, it just it's just really interesting. I mean, I've got it's just wild. I just at first I couldn't believe that this happened, but I wouldn't be here, talking about this and learning all this stuff if this wouldn't have happened. So,
It's
God
great.
turns all things out for good.
Yep. Yeah, he
It
does.
really is. And this one is like hopefully a lot of you guys learn from this and don't take crap from people trying to steal from you and just let it go and just because it wasn't even a lot of money. It was just something that could have easily been handled, but
By
it
the
wasn't.
insurance company.
Well,
Right.
yeah, of course.
And I mean, God, everything was used against me. COVID. I don't want to get this done. Hey, I'm going to do this. So not you. The contracted work that I'm supposedly supposed to do that the insurance company is paying me anyways. But this was the one, if you guys remember, that the judge asked the attorney, Mr. Pepper, why the hell did you bring Amanda into my courtroom? And dismissed the whole thing. It was amazing. And then at the end, the entire time the judge is like, is Bo here? And I'm like, I'm not here by summons. I'm here especially appearing by my birth certificate, and the name that appears on my birth certificate. And he just wouldn't, he just 3 times he wouldn't accept it. And finally he's like, all right, well, raise your right hand. And I'm like, man, I got to tell you, I raise my hand to none. I bow my knee to one, and that is Jesus Christ only. And he asked me 3 times, and I said, I bow my knee and I raise my hand to one only, and that is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I said that 3 times, and finally he goes, fine, your hand is raised. And I was like, it's not. And then we went through it, and he tried to do the whole get me terrified, which worked. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm not going to lie. I may be bold, but I'm in that place, and I'm tunnel vision, and I could barely see anything. I could barely see the words on the page. That I'm like the script that I have. Hello, I am not here by summons, just reading it from the script. And I was just terrified. I really was.
Yeah.
And then,
And unfortunately, that's where most people fail. They
right.
get terrified. They freeze up. The right words can't come out of their mouth. They don't know what to say, and that is the hardest thing for all of us.
It is. And let's be honest, Bo, you didn't have your life at risk here. So those that have their life at risk, they really, I mean, you were going to lose a couple shekels, nothing. But those guys really had, a lot of people are going into those same situations, terrified that they may lose their families, that they may lose their lives, and they may, have to be behind bars for 10s and 20s and maybe lifetimes. For something that may or may not happen with no victims and usually no real crime. So,
Right.
yeah,
that's what it was like when I went into the Hennepin County courthouse, which is massive, by the way. There's fear everywhere. I mean, everybody's afraid they're going to lose their house, their spouse, their children, lose their jobs, go to jail, money, you name it. Even the lawyers were terrified because they're walking around wondering what's going to happen. Am I not going to win this? Am I not going to get enough money to pay for my $1 million mansion and my cabin in the woods and my yacht and and to impress the bar association? Because that's really, I mean, everybody there's terrified. And then, you're walking around knowing who you are in boldness. People were coming up to me asking me questions like I was a lawyer, and I was not dressed like a lawyer. I mean, I was dressed like I just came off the Yellowstone Ranch, like one of the Dutton's boys. But, it's like, it was just crazy when I walked in with that presence and that boldness.
Maybe they're just afraid you'll take them to the train station.
Yeah, exactly. Take that curve real fast.
One-way trip.
Right.
Pew.
Yeah, no. It was wild though. But that was the thing I recognized. It was just, there's so much fear. And I mean, everywhere. And it's just one big unknown because you're waiting to see what this little
It's a
Kangaroo court,
crazy,
judge.
crazy religion of fear is what it is.
That's what it is.
And David, your beautiful wife Bonnie said it best, that I'm not in your religion. I'm not a part of your religion. I don't go to your church. I'm not a part of this nonsense, because that's what it is. It's the worship of government. It's the worship of your quote unquote honor, who has no honor, who, you know, is doing the opposite of all the things that they claim to be. And they're only working in the -1, which is that the lack of God and the lack of creator, and
Yeah.
and the lack of, you know, it's just fear.